It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to be running Dark Cacao, Werewolf, Caramel Arrow, Espresso Cookie, and Cream Unicorn. We are using the robes, the scroll, and the jelly watch to get our activations, our animations, and our damage up as fast and as high as possible. We have the robes being affected on our Caramel Arrow and our Werewolf Cookie, which is mostly dealing the bulk of the damage to the enemy team. We have injury from Espresso, Werewolf, and Dark Cacao, and because of the cap increase of injury, thanks to the magic candy from Werewolf, more relative damage is being done from Werewolf to the enemy team. Now, as you can see, the way we have it set up is we have more damage coming from Werewolf rather than survivability. You can, as a safe bet, run attack speed substats on almonds for your Werewolf if you want. But as you can see, the damage output is very, very good in the way that we have it set up. Well parring against other teams and working well as a blend for what is happening when the team goes into battle. Now, the other thing that's happening really nicely is that we are bringing that injury amount up to a high level so that they do not have as much healing potential on the enemy teams. And that is mostly due to the magic candy itself, because the initial cap was around 22%, where the magic candy actually raises that to a higher point. Now, if you're not running Werewolf, you don't get that cap increase, so do keep that in mind when you're fighting other teams and not using Werewolf. So, as you can see, in most of these battles, what's happening, even though the BTS cookie is very good at healing, the injury is outweighing the ability for them to heal back upward, and it is a non-dispellable debuff. And even though their Black Pearl is dealing huge damage, like most Black Pearls are in the arena right now, our Werewolf is actually dealing a tremendous amount of damage because of the overall setup and synchrony of the team. The reason we're running the caramel toppings, though, is because we want the speed bonus from not only the robes, but when Werewolf moves into transformation, every time the attack hits, there's those small chances for stun, and the faster the animation, the more opportunity, as well as how fast the true marks activate, because the actual attacks themselves are what trigger the option to have it happen, and the faster the animation goes, the more likely you're able to trigger it sooner, which means more relative damage from Werewolf. As you can see right here, Caramel Arrow, who's always been a beast, always done a lot of damage, only dealing 1.8 million here. Werewolf, though, dealing 2.5 million. So, hopefully this team setup is helpful for you to use in the arena. There's other places you could use it too, but right now this is the new team that I'm using to push forward in battles. You're going to be at the same standpoint as far as healing goes when you're using Cream Unicorn or the BTS cookie. The only reason I recommend Cream Unicorn a little bit more is even though the shields are really good, you're running a technical speed team, so for that reason you want as much damage resistance and critical resistance as possible, since Werewolf and Espresso have very low HP points and they can be taken out easier. Where with the BTS cookie, normally that's been run and put in teams where the users are high HP users, so they have enough time to survive, apply those shields to their team, so it works out for them. So Cream Unicorn is a little bit more advantageous in this team because of the speed of the battle and how you're really pushing damage rather than trying to survive and outvalue your opponent. You're really just going for the cutthroat kill to start. Let me know in the comments what you think of this team and what you think of Werewolf and the magic candy. I can go more into the details of the magic candy itself, but I'm sure you guys are going to look at it when you go in and try to upgrade it. It's not too confusing. It's pretty to the point, and hopefully this team helps showcase how it works, because Dark Cacao and Espresso dealing that injury as well as Werewolf, that's what's making Werewolf's damage just skyrocket to a high point, as well as those caramel toppings. If we used damage resistance toppings or tack toppings, we'd still do good damage, but it would take a little bit more effort, and we'd still have to apply the robes to get that speed buff to really, really make it work. So speed is going to be your friend when it comes to using Werewolf if you want to exert the most amount of damage on the enemies. Thank you so much for stopping by. Best of luck building Werewolf, and definitely look for more videos to come. Have a great day.